Have you ever noticed small changes in someone you love, things that seem normal but leave a warning in the back of your mind? Many times we think the end of an elderly person's life comes suddenly, like thunder in a clear sky. But the reality is very different. The body starts giving signs months in advance, sometimes even a year before the final chapter. The scariest part? These signs are so subtle that most people only realize it when it's too late, when the precious moments have already slipped through their fingers. In this video, we're going to show you 7 powerful signs that may indicate an elderly person is entering the last year of life, warnings that can help you prepare, care more effectively, and make every moment count. Because here's the truth, when these signs appear, time is already working against you. Maybe you've noticed things like extreme fatigue or a distant gaze and just chalked it up to aging. Stick with me until the end, because understanding these signs can change everything. You'll be able to offer comfort, create memories, and help ensure a dignified, peaceful ending. If you want to be prepared for what's ahead and not be caught off guard, you need to know these signs. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let's discover how to turn these frightening signs into an opportunity for love and care. Now, without further delay, let's begin. Sign number 1, significant weight loss. The weight that vanishes without explanation. Have you noticed that your loved one's favorite pants are suddenly too loose, or that their belt needed a new hole? At first, it just seems like a small detail, something we blame on age or a few lazy days. But when an elderly person starts losing weight unintentionally with no diet or effort, it's a silent scream from the body. It's not just about eating less or skipping breakfast, it's the body signaling that something inside is changing, slowly but steadily, and this weight loss rarely comes alone. The body stops absorbing nutrients like it used to, muscles start to shrink, and even the way they walk becomes weaker. Sometimes the family thinks it's normal that everyone shrinks a bit with time, but when the weight drops too fast, it's as if the body is conserving energy, preparing for its final journey. And this isn't just about appearance, it's a sign that systems are slowing down. The emotional weight hits when food, once a joy, becomes a burden. The flavor disappears, smells don't excite anymore, and that hunger for a full plate just fades. Maybe the stomach can't digest like before, or maybe there's a quiet illness, like a tired heart or kidneys that can no longer filter properly. And the worst part? The weakness that follows opens the door to falls, infections, and a fatigue that defies explanation. Trying to force big meals might seem like the solution, but it often doesn't work. The body, at this stage, doesn't want to fight for every calorie. It wants peace. Offering light foods, water, and easy-to-swallow snacks might be the best way to keep them comfortable, even if their appetite never returns. If this is happening to someone you love, it's time to look closer, because their body is speaking, and pay close attention. This is just the first sign. The next one we're about to reveal is even more common, and might be happening right in front of you without you noticing. You don't want to miss this, because understanding what comes next can make all the difference in the days that remain. Sign number 2, extreme fatigue and weakness, the exhaustion that never lets up. Have you ever seen someone you love become exhausted just from getting up out of a chair, as if the simple act of living weighed tons? It's not just feeling sleepy after lunch or having a long day. It's a deep fatigue that takes over, that makes even brushing their hair feel like running a marathon. For an elderly person, this profound tiredness can show up months before the end, a sign that the body is conserving every drop of energy. It's not laziness, it's the body changing pace, like an engine that no longer wants to rev. What's happening on the inside is nearly invisible. The heart doesn't pump as strongly, blood moves more slowly, and the muscles don't get the oxygen they used to. Walking to the kitchen becomes a challenge, and even speaking for too long is exhausting. It's as if the body is saying, I'll focus only on the basics, on what keeps the flame alive. And just like that, simple tasks become mountains too steep to climb. Sleep also changes during this stage. The person may sleep all day, doze off every hour, or wake up even more tired than before. Sometimes they're fine 1 minute and suddenly collapse into a scary kind of exhaustion. That happens because the body no longer produces energy the same way. It's preserving itself, shutting down what's not essential. And this kind of fatigue doesn't go away with a good night's sleep. It lingers. For those watching, from the outside, it's heartbreaking. That relative who used to fix everything or tell stories non-stop now barely lifts their eyes. It may seem like they've lost their spark, but it's not a choice. It's the body screaming its limits. Trying to cheer them up or push activities only drains them more. The best thing you can do is let them rest, bring calm, and offer your presence without expecting anything in return. If this is happening, don't ignore it. This unexplained fatigue is a clear warning that time is running out. And the next sign we'll reveal is something that can break your heart if you're not prepared. Stay with me, because you need to know what's coming next. Sign number 3, cognitive confusion or withdrawal. A mind that gets lost or shuts down. Have you noticed that someone you love started forgetting where they put their keys or asking the same question over and over again? At first, it just seems like a slip, something we laugh off. But when an elderly person is entering their final year of life, the mind can begin to change in a way that doesn't reverse. It becomes confused, disoriented, or simply retreats, as if the world around them is slowly fading away. It's not just memory failing. The brain needs blood and oxygen to work properly, but as the body slows down, it doesn't get what it needs. Familiar places turn into a maze, names disappear, and even choosing what to eat can become a puzzle. Sometimes there are clear moments, but then the fog returns, like a light flickering before going out. And then there's the hardest part, the silence. Many older adults stop talking as much, avoid people, or sit quietly for hours, staring into nothing. It's not lack of love. It's the brain no longer able to handle noise, conversation, or emotion the way it once could. It might seem like they're angry or sad, but it's really just the body adjusting to what it's still able to manage. They still feel, even if they don't show it. From the outside, it may look like stubbornness, like something you can shake them out of. But you can't. The mind doesn't obey the way it used to. The best approach is to speak gently, repeat things patiently, and stay nearby, even if they don't respond. A touch or a smile still reaches where words no longer can. If confusion or silence is increasing, it's a sign that doesn't lie. The body and mind are saying goodbye, slowly, and what comes next might catch you off guard and change everything. Don't skip this part, because the next sign is crucial. Sign number 4. Frequent infections and slow healing, the defenses that fall and wounds that won't close. Have you noticed that an elderly loved one keeps catching every cold that goes around, or that a small scratch takes weeks to heal? When the end is near, the body loses its ability to protect itself. Infections that used to clear up quickly become frequent visitors, and even a tiny cut refuses to close. It's the immune system saying goodbye, leaving the door open to problems. Pneumonia, urinary tract infections, skin infections, they come one after another. Antibiotics might help for a while, but soon they stop working, as if the body no longer wants to fight. Poor circulation means blood isn't reaching where it needs to heal, and the already tired organs can't fend off intruders anymore. It becomes a cycle that only gets worse, and each infection leaves the person weaker than before. Cuts and bruises tell the same story. Skin that once healed easily now feels like thin paper, bruising easily and taking forever to recover. If the person isn't moving much, pressure sores can become a serious risk, leading to more pain and possible infections. It's all because the blood isn't flowing as it used to, and the body no longer renews itself the way it once did. The most dangerous part? The signs don't always shout. There might not be a high fever. Sometimes it's just more tiredness, a confused look, or less appetite. That's deceiving, because family members may think it's just a bad day, when in reality it could be a hidden infection gaining strength. Paying attention and prioritizing comfort becomes more important than chasing a cure. If this is happening, it's a red alert. The body is vulnerable and every day counts, but the next sign might take your breath away. You won't believe how clearly it shows that the end is closer than you think. Sign number 5, major changes in breathing or circulation. The air that falters and the chill that sets in. Have you ever felt a loved one's hands turn cold as ice, or noticed they're having more trouble breathing? Near the end, the body changes how it breathes. It becomes slower, shallower, and sometimes even stops for a few seconds before starting again. It might sound like a soft snore or a sigh that doesn't make sense. It's the heart and lungs saying they can't keep up the pace anymore. Circulation also sends clear signs. The feet, hands, and even the tip of the nose get cold, as if the blood has given up warming those areas. The skin might take on a pale or bluish tint, especially on the fingertips, because the body is redirecting everything it has to the vital organs. Getting out of bed or even speaking leaves the person short of breath, as if air itself is a luxury slipping away. Sometimes the lungs gather fluid, causing coughing or a wet sound while breathing. Sleeping flat becomes uncomfortable, and many prefer sitting up or using multiple pillows for relief. It's not just a passing cold, it's the body showing that the days of full, easy breaths are behind it. This can be scary to witness, but it's a natural part of this phase. Trying to force deep breaths or warm their hands might seem helpful, but the relief is short-lived. What really matters is making the environment comfortable. Fresh air, a damp cloth, or even a soft fan can bring more peace than medicine. The goal isn't to fix anymore, it's to comfort, because the body is already choosing where to spend its last bit of strength. If the air is growing shorter and the chill has settled in, pay close attention. The end may be at the door. But what comes next is a sign no one expects. Something that might make you rethink everything you've seen so far. Don't go anywhere, because the next one will send chills down your spine. Sign number 6, the fading gaze. Have you ever noticed an emptiness in the eyes of someone you love, like the light they once had is starting to dim? It's not just tiredness or sadness. It's a sign that the body and soul are slowly disconnecting. Near the end, many elderly people lose that sparkle in their eyes, as if they're seeing beyond what's right in front of them. It's subtle, but once you notice it, you never forget. This happens because the brain, already overwhelmed, starts letting go of what's not essential. Responding to what's happening around them becomes too much effort, and their gaze becomes fixed, distant, or even lost in a corner of the room. They might still hear you, but their eyes no longer follow. It's as if they're on a journey no one else can see. Sometimes this comes with a strange calmness. The person stops reacting to noises or movements, staying quiet for long stretches. Other times, there's a confused look, as if they're trying to understand something that doesn't make sense. It's the body disconnecting from the world, asking for fewer stimuli and more silence to prepare for what's coming. Those nearby might think it's just a bad day, or believe that speaking louder will snap them out of it. But pushing only tires them more. The best thing you can do is sit beside them, speak softly, hold their hand, and let them go at their own pace. That fading gaze is a slow goodbye, but there's still time to show love. If their eyes are changing like this, it's a warning you can't ignore. And the next sign is one that might leave you speechless, a detail that shows how close the end really is. You have to see it, because it might change everything you thought you knew. Sign number 7, time slipping away. Have you ever felt Like the days with someone you love are flying by too quickly, like time is speeding up just for them. Near the end, many elderly people live in a different kind of time. Minutes feel like hours, or hours pass without them even noticing. They may sleep all day and wake up thinking it was just a nap, or stay awake recounting memories that blur yesterday with decades ago. The brain, already weakened, mixes up the sense of now and then. They might talk about people who have already passed as if they're still around, or wait for something that won't happen, like a lunch no one planned. Time folds and slips through their hands because the body can no longer hold on to the straight line of the days. It's confusing, but it also opens a window into their past. Physically, their pace slows too. The heart beats slower or irregularly. The body rests more than it moves, and even the way they speak slows down, as if every word takes extra breath. It's the internal clock signaling that energy is running out, and each tick matters more than before. For the family, it's a shock. Seeing someone caught between today and yesterday, stuck in a time that doesn't make sense, is heartbreaking. But correcting them or trying to pull them back to the present doesn't help. It's better to just listen, let them share their stories, and treasure every bit they still give. These moments are the final threads connecting them to here. If time is slipping like this, it's the body saying there's not much left. And what comes next? An ending that may bring tears and make you cherish every second that remains. Stay with me, because you can't miss what's coming next. Death, as hard as it is to accept, rarely arrives without warning. It comes subtly, quietly, in small gestures, empty gazes, shallow breaths. When we ignore these signs, we risk losing what truly matters, the last moments with those we love. But when we open our eyes and hearts to see, we can turn pain into care and fear into presence. The end of life doesn't have to be lonely. It can be filled with dignity, affection, and meaningful goodbyes. If you're noticing any of these signs in someone close to you, don't wait for a final diagnosis to take action. Value the small gestures, a calm conversation, a lovingly prepared meal, time spent quietly together. Yes, seek medical support, but also be emotionally present. Sometimes the greatest comfort isn't in what you do, but in what you feel alongside them. And you, have you noticed any of these signs in someone in your family? How did you handle it? Share in the comments. Your experience might bring comfort to someone going through the same delicate moment. Sometimes a heartfelt story is the hug someone needs. If this video helped you reflect or inspired you to care more deeply for someone special, leave a like. It helps spread this message to more people. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now. Click subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos, filled with valuable insights and advice to face life with more awareness and compassion. See you next time, and take good care of those you love.